Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachak Kodash. The belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, you Akim, to Zadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. On the pre-Shema, this week's topic, we're going to talk about Mayor Eric Adams' indictment. You know, Mayor Eric Adams, he was indicted by the FBI. All right, so that's first of all, FBI, so you know it's federal. What's an indictment? An indictment is a formal accusation of a crime, okay? And it was brought before jurors, right? The jurors looked over the particular charges and said, okay, we think we have a case here. And that's an indictment. So that was sent to Mayor Adams, and it's the first time it's been a sitting mayor in New York that this happened. Now, what was he indicted for? Some of the charges, some are speculating. Some are speculating that it is he had straw donors, meaning he made visits to Turkey, and Turkey was funding his contribution. Okay, Turkey was making contributions above contribution limits by being a straw donor. What's a straw donor? A straw donor is, let's say, the max cap you could donate is 100,000. Okay, so what I will do is, okay, I'll use the straw. Okay, I'll use a shell company and give them 10,000, another shell company 10,000, and each of those I'll give 10 shell companies 10,000 to act as straw donors, all right, to donate to your campaign. And so I, in fact, gave you 100,000, but I did it in a nefarious way, right? And the federal government, the FEC oversees this. Okay, now they're saying that the reason they're coming after Eric Adams was because he was speaking lately against the immigration crisis in a stance that's opposed to the Democratic candidate right now, which is Kamala Harris. Okay. Also, he was possibly in the highlight because he also had a light on him because people were saying, look, he has ties to Diddy, because when Diddy's locked up right now on the federal charges. But recently, Mayor Adams' team gave Diddy the keys to the city. They gave him the keys to New York City, and they were saying, again, a bunch of allegations that those that are part of his political campaign, his office, had ties to several different parties. And right before this scandal broke loose, a lot of his people in his party, or his little campaign party political group, his office, I'm sorry, the word I'm looking for is, a lot of people in his office were resigning. Now, this scripture right here is scripture of the year, man. Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." And it's a spirit, because brothers are having the conversations, in the chat, and I propose that I don't think this Diddy thing is like a little distraction thing. I really think that he has ties to a lot of political figures, namely Eric Adams. And the day after, this pops out. So that's just the spirit of the Lord, man. All right. There's a reason right now this motherfucker's in federal custody and he's refusing to eat. All right. Why doesn't he want to eat? Well, I'm speculating he doesn't want to get poisoned because of the information that he holds. 3, therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in the closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So there's a quote when I was on X looking at the article with Eric Adams that said, "In a world where everybody could be bought, remain priceless." I think that's a really good quote. In other words, don't sell your soul. Eventually, all these things come up to you, all right? You shouldn't be able to be compromised. You shouldn't be able, an individual that would take a bribe that go against your integrity, okay? Now, this is the book of Ecclesiastes 8:11. It says, "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil." Again, this scripture has been brought out a lot because in 2024, a lot of dirt has been coming out upon these people, whether it's T. Jakes, P. Diddy, all these different politicians, now Mayor Adams. A lot of dirt is coming out of them, and guess what? They're going after each other, man, all right? Because Governor Cuomo, he was removed from his position here in New York, okay, because the scandal came out on him from 15 years ago. So this is what they do at the high level. See, at the high level, at the low level, people get bought with money. okay? Because most people don't have money. At the high level, I say this tons of times, at the high level, it's not about money, it's honey traps. How can we put you in a compromised position, okay? How can we leverage your integrity and character against you, okay? And how do they do that? They do secret recordings, they hook them up with underage minors, all right? All these different things, all right? They make, what they want to do is they want to put people in position that have weird kinks, all right? Illegal kinks that can lock them up. Freaks, you know? That way they could catch them doing freaky shit. Okay, now we got control of him. Okay, if he ever goes out of line and steps out of line, we can bring this against him. Okay. What was Mayor Adams' leverage? Well, so far no sex crimes have come out, no crazy kinks have come out. Well, guess what his leverage was? He took money. Remember, this guy was a cop, so he's kind of low level in terms of, you know, the bribing hierarchy, right? So he needed campaign money. You see, he needed campaign money, and so I'm pretty sure those whoever is doing this didn't know he was doing this, let him do it and say, okay, we'll keep you in power, but the moment you try to come against us, then we'll take you down. And it's so interesting that a lot of this stuff is coming out right now, just before this election. Right now, this election is huge, man. All right, you see that they're trying to kill Trump, bringing out dirt on one party. Hey, man, the Mossad is having them go against each other. All right, which is a great indication, because that tells us that this kingdom is coming to a close. Okay, Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. If you're being oppressed, you should be angry. All right, except our people have Stockholm syndrome. Okay, they love oppression. All right, it says, and a gift destroys the heart, meaning a bribe destroys your mind, destroys your judgment. Okay, if you could put a price on justice, then guess what? It's not going to be true justice. To back that up, I'm going to go to Proverbs 17:23. It reads, a wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. And we always talk about these other camps, right? That, again, they're low level. So 100 million, 200 million, they'll break down scripture however you wanted to break it down. Here's 300 million, all right? Say you could fuck your woman in the ass. You ought to just sign that contract, you know what I'm saying? So those guys, you could buy them out. Us here at Great Millstone, you can't put no fucking price on our integrity. I say you can't put no price on my integrity, apostles' integrity, and brothers that are sincere in this thing. You can't, the elect can't be bought. All right, because guess what? The elect was already bought. We were bought with what? Yahushua's blood. Okay? And there's no fucking dollar amount that could equate to that, man. All right? That right there lets you know, too, when that chip comes around, man, a lot of these people are just going to capitulate, man. All right, they're not going to give up a fight because, you know, they need their goodies. They're not ready to deal with adversity, or more importantly, they just don't have faith, okay? So, reading along, it says, a wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment, right? You know what I'm saying? And that always in the end fucks you, you know, because the moment you take that bribe, that shit could always come back to haunt you. If you want to sleep well at night, don't take no goddamn bribes. Don't compromise yourself, man. All right? Because that shit will always be hanging over your head, okay? Until forever. And guess what? The truth will always come to light, okay? Like the Apostle Rhymelog is a good example. He said the truth is like a buoy in the ocean. No matter how much you push it down, eventually it's going to come right back up, okay? So it's interesting, man. Let's see where this thing goes. A lot more stuff is coming out. The Democratic Party is pretty much turning on each other because AOC is saying this guy should resign. I mean, shit, it's looking like this dude Trump might get back up in there unless, you know, they go for a fucking fourth assassination attempt. But all this stuff is exciting. All this stuff is exciting, man. And hey, man, we love it. You know, this is the Mossad's theater at the end of the day. Whether they're trying to play games and manipulate things, it's the Mossad moving these chess pieces around. And we're very, when I say we, the hopeful elect, we're very happy that these things are going on. The Mossad is stirring the pot up, okay? Because again, this is just leading us closer and closer to the end of America and the beginning of Yahushua's rulership, and us being joint heirs, Lord willing. So I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, true well. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim, that through this thing in the most truth and sincerity. Shalom.